Hi, beautiful people. This video is kind of a little bit of a rant, I guess, um, because I am I am a single mum who is closer to 50 than she is to 40, and I every time I get on YouTube and I watch these videos and I watch these videos of all of these minimalists, and they're all these young kids that don't have kids because they're kids themselves. And they live in these beautiful cottages or these beautiful properties in the middle of nowhere, and they're beautiful people, and they share the serenity of their life, which is amazing to sit down and watch. I really enjoy it. However, it's not my life. It's not my life. I am not in my 20s, and I do not live a life with zero responsibility. And I know there are minimalists who, it's cold, it's winter, it's cold. I know there are minimalists who who are who do have kids, and I have watched their videos. But again, it's not me, it's not my reality. And I've watched these permaculture videos, and the people are amazing, and there's so much wisdom. But again, these videos are incredible. They're formatted in amazing ways, and they're put together in amazing ways. And I sit back in my judgment more of myself and the criticism of myself, listening to the voices in my head saying there's absolutely no way you can create these videos. You don't have a minimalistic house, even though you have this minimalistic dream. And you don't live in this cute little cottage in the middle of nowhere. And you don't have acres of land to create a food forest. Oh, excuse me. And then as I go through some other videos, there are these women that are creating these beautiful videos, and they look beautiful, but it is not my reality. My reality is I have a house that is filled with animals. It's filled with cats and dogs, and we've got guinea pigs, and we've got fish, and I have a kid, and I'm one person with two hands, and our house is permanently in a state of chaos. Permanently in a state of chaos. And there's no quiet time for me during the day. My daughter is still at home with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so the time that I can do it is now, which is 9 o'clock at night. What is it? It's a Wednesday night, which is why I'm yawning. Because I've been awake since I think about 4:30 this morning. I woke up, maybe 4 o'clock. And I am in my pajamas. This is what you're going to get from me. I am not getting up at 8:30 at night after I've put my daughter to bed, and we co-sleep. So when I hop into bed, I'm not hopping into bed in beautiful clothes. I'm hopping into bed in my pajamas. And I keep putting off doing videos, and I keep putting off creating any kind of content because I have this judgment that says, well, you should have a face full of makeup. It's never going to happen. I don't have makeup. I don't wear makeup. I don't like makeup. This is me. This is my face. And who do I think about when I think, the women? I think about, is it Annette Benning? I can't think of what her name is. But in it, she's in this shopping center, and this lady's like, do you want this cream? And she looks at her and she goes, this is my face, deal with it. And that's kind of my feeling of, this is my face. Deal with it. I have lighting that is above my head. Deal with it. I'm not streaming some lighting that goes onto my face so I don't have these shadows under my eyes, because then I have light streaming right into my face, and I don't like light streaming right into my face. It bothers me. Nor do I want that much light in the room, because my daughter is asleep. And the bed, which is right there, it's on the other side. See that shelf right there? See that shelf right there? There's a half wall, goes up to, yeah, about there. And on the other side of that wall, she's fast asleep in bed. So I don't want some massively bright streaming light on my face. Oh, excuse me. And I'm in my pajamas because I'm not getting up to doll myself up so I can sit and create a video that people approve of because I look pretty. It's not in my reality. And every time I see these videos of these people, I think, wow, I could create content like that. Then the next thing I do is crucify myself to go, well, actually, I can't create content like that because it's just not my reality. So my reality is pajamas. My reality is a blanket, because it's coming, well, it is winter. It's the 2nd of June and I'm in Australia, so it's winter for me. And we don't have heating. Oh, I don't have heating in my house. So I have pajamas and blankets and dressing gowns, which is sitting on the chair just over there, but I felt like a blanket instead. And it's, I guess, kind of my rant is that people are creating all these amazing, beautiful videos, and people are harping on about how authentic they are and how real they are. And I watch these videos and I go, there's nothing real about these videos. They have filters. The women have face full of makeup. They have the perfect outfit. They have the perfect backdrop. They have the perfect sound. They've got all the audio editing on their videos. None of that is real. None of that is raw. None of that is them just sitting, talking in front of a camera as they are. That's real. That's authentic. And I get that I will probably be crucified because I have a vibration at the moment which is dedicated to punishment. Oh my gosh. That is very much aligned with punishment at the moment. And I get that people will probably get on and say, well, it is authentic. It's just a different style of authenticity. It's just that maybe these people are people who value being beautiful, who value wearing beautiful clothes, and who value having a beautiful face, and who value having perfect hair, and who value having a perfect backdrop, and that is their authenticity. And you're right, maybe it is. And maybe I need to backpedal and undo all the joy of video, edit out what I said, which I won't, because then it's not authentic. And I guess what I'm saying is I do not relate to the people that are sharing the content on YouTube. I have a dream of being these people, or I have a dream of becoming these people, or I have a dream of once being these people, but I am not any of the people that I seem to watch on YouTube. So I thought, well, I will create my own, I guess, my own content. My own content on my own channel. I haven't quite figured out what that channel is going to be about, but it is probably going to be about permaculture, and it is probably going to be about connecting to the universe and spirituality and mindset and renovating because I've just renovated my house, and through the process of renovating I've created different videos about different things that I worked out how to do that I couldn't find online. And the other thing that actually inspired this video in the first place was that I don't normally yawn this much, but I'm clearing, as I'm talking, I'm clearing my energy as well. And when I clear my energy, I yawn. But one of the things that really got to me today was that, which kind of triggered into the pretty people and the videos and what I was seeing and how that reflected in me, was because what was I doing today? I think I don't know if I was watching something, or I was listening to something, or I saw something. I can't remember. But something triggered me today about how I'm not sure if restricted is the right word, but how we use or how we live our life within these rules and boundaries. That's right, I remember. I was watching these different flash mob videos this afternoon because I love watching the flash mob videos. They're just so cool. And so I was watching these flash mob videos, and it showed these people on trains. I was watching the ones where they do a flash mob on the train, and then they do the flash mob at the airport. And the ones on the train were fascinating because people weren't smiling. They weren't, a lot of them weren't participating. They weren't even looking. They were just looking the other way. People behind them singing these amazing songs. There are people with ukuleles and drums and guitars and and this, all of this amazing stuff was going on behind them, and they're looking forward sometimes at nothing, just looking out the window or looking at their phone. And I looked at this, and people were sitting down while they're playing these really upbeat, fun, happy songs. And I looked at that, and I just had this moment where I thought, wow, that is such a sad reality that we live in, that when there's something fun happening, we sit down and it doesn't register, as opposed to getting up and maybe singing or dancing or doing something. And then that took me back to, so when I was younger, I used to go to heaps and heaps and heaps of concerts. And I remember we were at a Cher concert. It's a long time ago. We were at Cher, I think I was in my maybe early 30s. And she was playing just all these amazing songs. But everybody was sitting down at a Cher concert. This woman is up and she's dancing and she's singing, and everybody's just sitting down, looking, and they listened to the song. No one was cheering, people were just clapping. I'm like, wow, this is insane. And then a couple of songs that just really get me up dancing, I got up and I started dancing to her songs, and then people behind me were yelling at me to sit back down again. And this happened at, I went to a Simon and Garfunkel concert, and it happened there. I remember, I think it happened at the Beach Boys. Oh, Tina Arena. I saw Tina Arena and people were sitting down. And I even went to a Kylie concert. I went to a Kylie concert in Sydney. This was back when she was doing them at the State Theatre as opposed to the Entertainment Theatre. I went to a couple at the State Theatre, and there were people sitting down in their chairs. And I understand the people that had to sit down up the top. If you were up the top, you had to sit down, because if you were standing and jumping, they were worried that the balcony was going to collapse. But this was people down the bottom. And so there were all these people that were sitting down. And then I noticed that one person went and stood up the front and they didn't get pushed back. So I went score, and the next thing I just ran down and spent. I know it had seats right up the back, and I ended up spending the entire concert up the front. I was in the front row at the front because I was standing. It was amazing, and all of these people that were sitting down watching the concert had a very different experience. I don't want to say they missed out, because they didn't miss out. They were there and they had an experience, but it was an extremely different experience to me, being right at the front watching her, like looking at her getting spit on my head from Kylie. It's a different experience, and I can see that the people in the train were sitting down. They were having one experience, and then there were people that were up dancing and singing to these songs, and they were having a very different experience. And I kind of look at my life, and I have kind of been trained to be a person that has the experience of sitting down, and to be the person that has the experience of, you sit down, you stay composed, and you clap your hands, and that's what you do. You don't get up and dance. You don't get up and scream and holler and whistle and all that sort of stuff. And yet you put me in a concert and I am that person. I cannot sit down and watch a concert. And I think Cher may have been one of the last, because after that I just went, I'm out. I can't do concerts if people are going to sit down. That's just sad. And then if people are going to yell at people standing up, that's just really sad. So I kind of thought this rant would be me getting really, really annoyed and angry and swearing my little mouth off, but it hasn't turned out that way. and maybe that is this this properness that I have in my life, that if I am presenting myself out into the world, then it should be in a very proper way, and I should enunciate my words and pronounce my vowels. And I used to think of my grandma when I say that, and make sure that I keep it proper, as opposed to swearing. And I can talk like, I don't know, I don't want to say a trucker or a sailor, because then I'm putting them in these little categories that may or may not be true. But I can sometimes have a very foul mouth, and when I create videos, I don't have that demeanor. I don't have that perception about me. I do not have the really intense Aussie slang that I have when I'm talking to friends, and when I'm talking to friends where I'm just letting it fly. I don't have that when I do my videos, and maybe it will come. Maybe as I do these videos more and more, and I get more and more comfortable again overdoing them. Although even when I did them years ago, this was kind of back before videos were a thing on YouTube. When YouTube just started, actually, it was like 10, maybe 12 years ago. I started doing videos. I can't remember how long ago it was. It was a long time ago. And I was doing videos, and I was a lot less reserved than I am now. I think I let a lot more fly than what I do now. Yeah, it's weird. Can't explain it. I have no idea. And I have no idea where that was going. So my rant tonight was going to be all about being reserved. And here I am. Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Creating a video about being reserved, and here I am being reserved. And not actually being on the rant, but then I don't feel like I'm in the rant energy anyway. I don't actually feel like I'm in that, oh, I really need to rant about something because I'm really angry. And I was, when I first had the idea to do it, I was in a very ranty mood. But things have happened since then. I've played games with my daughter, and then I put her to bed and she's gone to sleep, and And I came and sat on the couch, and I've wrapped myself up in a blanket, and it's different. It's different. I feel different now to what I did when I first wanted to do the rant. But I did not want to stop myself because of what I was wearing or how I was looking or what the lighting was like. I didn't want to block myself from doing that because I really wanted to kind of, I guess, let people know who might be in the same situation as me, where you just don't have time to do it during the day, and you're not going to doll yourself up at night for a 20-minute video, because that's ridiculous and exhausting, and no offense to people that do it, it's not something I want to do. And maybe I will. Maybe I have a story around it. Maybe there's a story inside of me that says, well, I'm not pretty enough to be that perfect, so I am not even going to try. Or maybe I have a story that says I'm not good enough to be that perfect, so I'm not even going to try. And there could be any number of stories that are going on in my head that are the reason behind why I am not taking an hour to pretty myself up before I get on a video. And I think any of us who do shadow work, we can create shadows where there aren't shadows. We can dig for stories where stories don't exist. We can create stories that aren't even there. And we have this amazing ability to, and sometimes it is an amazing ability, but sometimes it can also be a downer because it might be that I actually am just more comfortable being me, and I don't wear makeup during the day, and I don't doll myself up to look perfect during the day, and I am running a really busy house that is filled with animals and a kid, and things are happening all the time, and she's at home all the time, so there's no space for me to take this time. And then when I do want to take this time, I'm already in my jammies, and I don't want to get out of my jammies, especially not in winter. I used to in summer. I used to get changed in summer because it was a lot warmer, and I just change into one of my tops, or I'd throw my top on over the top of whatever I was wearing to bed, and nobody even knew. But now, I don't know, now I just want to keep it simple for me, so I can come as soon as my daughter goes to sleep. I can get up and come and turn on my phone and record something that has been that has been on my mind throughout the day. And what else has been on my mind throughout the day? I had a conversation yesterday with someone about running for mayor of the town that I live in, and he said that there's absolutely no one around that his group of people, because they're looking to support somebody. He knows about the political arena, and he's supported people in the political arena, so they're looking for a new candidate that they could support. And I said, oh my God, I would love to do that. That's like a dream, to have that kind of control. My control personalities would love to be in charge of an entire state. That would be amazing. Or an entire city, depending on whether I go for state premier or mayor. But then I took a big step back, and I thought, my life choices do not bring me in alignment with being able to do that, because I make decisions about what I do with my daughter and what I do with myself and how we live, that are things that I don't necessarily want everybody to find out about. They're things that are just for us. They're for her and they're for me, and they're not things that I want announced to the world. And if I did something like move into the political arena, then it would become common knowledge because that's what happens. So I thought about that, and I thought, well, maybe I could do it, but maybe I just need to wait. Maybe I just need to wait another, I wouldn't say maybe 10 years is probably too long, but at least another 6 years, 6 or 7 years. So maybe not this election coming, but the one after. I thought, well, maybe I could look at that. And then I realised, well, there's so much damage that's being done in our area at the moment with trees. They're just destroying trees at a rapid rate. And with that destruction and devastation of all the trees is the devastation of all the animals that go down with it. And there's a lot of koala habitat up here, and they're just destroying it, which is really unfortunate because in a very short amount of time, koalas are going to become extinct. Well, you're only going to be able to see koalas in the zoo because they are destroying their habitat at such a rapid rate right now. And then I think, well, if I leave it for another election, then all that damage could already be done. And then there's no real coming back from that. Once the houses have gone up, there's not a whole lot you can do. Yeah, so that's really frustrating. And I think the other thing I wanted to talk about, which I'm finding really hard, is people's belief that if you post on Facebook, then they have a right to punish you or criticize you or slam you or be rude or any of those things. And I know people say haters are going to hate, and yes, absolutely they are. Haters are going to hate. However, at which point did humanity decide that it was a 100% acceptable behavior to bully people online? If you're going to do it face to face. At least face the consequences of your action. If you're going to bully someone, at least have the balls to stand up in front of them and do it, as opposed to walking away and getting on your phone and doing it. Like that's just coward. That's being a coward. So if you're going to say anything, then connect with the person directly and say, hey, I want to get on Zoom. Let's have a face to face because I want to tell you what I think of you. At least have the balls to do that, as opposed to hiding behind a fake Facebook name or even a real Facebook name but not having a photo up or whatever a person has done to their profile. And I'm saying this because I've had a lot of people punishing me lately, and I'm looking at how that relates to what is going on inside of me, how that relates to what is going on inside my head, and how I am punishing myself. But even so, even if someone has the vibration of punishment, it does not mean that people have to punish them. People still make that choice. People still make that choice to step in to be the person that does the punishing. And people don't have to do that. So I'm having a hard time with that at the moment. And I kind of feel like that might be enough of a rant. I don't know if I'm going to put this up on YouTube, but if you're watching this, then I put it up on YouTube, and it is kind of like me rambling. I am a bit of a rambler. I do cover lots of different topics when I do a ranting video. But if you've liked it and you want to keep in touch and you want to connect and you want to watch more, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the notifications, and also click the thumbs up. Because apparently I didn't know this, but apparently if you click the thumbs up, then it helps YouTube to know that video is something that is worth promoting, and YouTube will put it out more than what they will if it doesn't have any thumbs up. So if you can do that, and if you want to comment, please do. And if you're someone that is just wants to be an asshole. Go away. I don't need assholes on my page. I have enough assholes in my family without having to add them to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching. I am going to go and watch something. Oh, that's one of my kitty cats. That's Cuddles. He's utterly crazy. I thought he was asleep on the bed, but clearly not. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will put up another video when I feel like it. Good night.